Your Worship, Deputy State Mayor, members of Executive, the big man of the day, Secretary Finance, RCC, TC, Honorable Councillors, Technical Team, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you for this important day of laying out the budget estimate for the next financial year, which will give us a direction on the way on how we are going to perform. But I also want to thank you for the cooperation that we have had to implement the current budget.
We need their photos to have to be in our halls, and also we are talked about even having the photos of the TCs in your office here, so that at least when someone comes, knows that this someone served here, this person served here, yeah. And of course, there is what the members had suggested, that they wanted to have a small Mbarara political leadership chart, but in a small size, at least to all councillors, so that when they have them, when we are leaving, some of us, we never know, we may not come back, others will come back, but at least to have that history that these people, these were our colleagues in service. We want to thank you, security, RCC, thanks for the security. But I want to inform you that Njambia had to be the car of the Garchini, Kukuza, outside Zokumo, Omaharo, Kokonje, Njambia, Katete, Njambia, and Kakoa. Yes. You must take note. I want to be to using those manuals. Of course, TC, earlier on we had talked about having a city magazine. City magazine, we said it is something that comes, people should know what is happening in our city. We know other historical sites, we know why Mbarara is called Mbarara, you know. We continue having our city magazine. So Mayor, city magazine, really we should continue to invest it, maybe. So that we have a city that has the history. Shouldn't be only by our eyes. You know, sometimes we die, but there's those who should know why it is here. TC and Mayor and the other members, we are informed that now the district has been allocated money to start their construction. And it is well done. So we expect them to shift at any time, because some offices have already shifted, like the RCC, the RDC, and other offices. DPC, they are already there. But of recent, I think they launched. So, members, be patient anytime. We shall be crossing the bridge. But those who will be here. Yes. Otherwise, we call upon order in town, we call upon to work together and assessing ourselves at the end of the day. TC and Mayor, we said in our next council, should have a budget performance. At least we need to know how we have performed in the last budget. Members, I wish you well in our deliberations as we lay the budget. Agenda number 3. Let's have a link budget of the draft estimates.
Your Worship, Deputy State Mayor, members of Executive, the big man of the day, Secretary Finance, LCC, TC, Honorable Councillors, Technical Team, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you for this important day of laying out the budget estimate for the next financial year, which will give us a direction on the way on how we are going to perform. But I also want to thank you for the cooperation that we have had to implement the current budget. I want to welcome back my sister Deputy Speaker. You are most welcome back. And we have always been praying for you that God gives you good health. You are most welcome. Members, today we are here to lay out the budget estimate. And since it is this function, I will not talk much about this, but I will just give you some highlights of what is happening in the city. Mr. Speaker, it's good that you highlighted the issue of the culvert in Chitebero, that one of Alliance, and even Gobuyanje, and some other areas. As executive and the technical team, they are handling, I think they are finishing the procurement for the culverts such that they are installed. We have been working on the procurement of the projects which are within this financial year, and the signing of the contract is Friday. What? Very soon. Which should not be like how we said actually. Very soon, and we shall do this and so quickly such that these people go to sites and start work. Members, I want to assure you, whoever participates will come back. I have said it. Maybe if you want to retire yourself. But the moment you want to come, may I have blessed you, you will come back. Numuzagaruka, shanuka kwendagaruka we. Kongana muzagaruka. Nyandagaruka kwa sima lastly for coming here for this. Because this is what we are supposed to do as leaders for this. Kongana yendabaja munu tuli politics. Tabi yawa. Tuwagambire tukuza kukora. Tababeya nduza kututeganiza. Because we have to take answer as leaders of the city. Two, we have to take answer as government. Nanagaruka president. So we need to tell people the real workable, which we can work on, and which we can't. We say to be the same. But I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, and the council, and the technical team, that the money we are giving, we are utilizing it, and we are pushing that at least now, if the second Usmade, which is called Uchmade, comes, then the gazetted roads will also have to be done. If you are Uganda no kurubinga, ine eyindo binjiri na jirumuntu yangambra, because they have been working on some of the roads nka Rupunjiri. Baza ibazishabo bazibahereza mbere bangambira uko nagananye na handi gayi barwa ndukushabangu bakatko rubuto rwakora noria kuraba rw'imikina ukijarika connecting na Bishop Stuart kugira ngo rwiyo congestion ejo iri kubera hari at least that one, and we are going to have a forum with the engineer and the town clerk in South Kampala by next week, and we shall have that one. Amasko macheho I got an information on this mail. You know, Mr. Speaker, ngo aba ministry bakarga aba Ministry of Works bakora assessment yortindo rwakanye and taso. So ndebere barikugira ngo their report is negative. That is the Ministry of Works. The report is negative, meaning sentence twine tuzukuzakanye. That's what I saw. But we shall bring it clear and we shall explain. Kana nishaba ngwechiye politics abahandikire n'aba ministry tukakebeza kandi tiwe speaker tiwe handikire kandi tukanso ngo niye yangire gukora konka aba ministry tabakoze assessment bariyo bagamba bati. So ejo nayo yaho we shall see what to do next with the balance, of course, which we have of 134 million, because we can't put it there if the report says it can't work there. So echo na chetu wentu chimaji kukukora nitubukora ebirukwanga bibabyaya, but that is that one. We shall have a meeting with the community, we shall let community know, then we shall of course move with what, and possibly it could be during this process to see what we can do for those people. Echo nanda munchikambe batakitakago moko abantu ngobundi nyenchakaye ukashoti chibikire nkwechiri ebaraha mukagere ba members. I think you have also seen it in some of the platforms. So echo nani allow me through you invite my minister to come and present the estimates. I thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Worship, the Mayor. Mr. Speaker, allow me right on the protocol that my senior has laid, and straight away go to presentation of estimates of revenue and expenditure for financial year 2025-2026. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, it is a requirement in accordance with the Local Government Act, Section 77, Subsection 6, and the Public Financial Management Act of 2015 to lay budget of revenue estimates and expenditure to Council before the 1st of April, and we are working in order to meet that requirement, and I take the honor to present to you these estimates on behalf of the Mayor. Mr. Speaker and honorable members and the people of Mbarara, this budget estimate is the 1st of July 2025, and how we plan to spend what we shall collect in accordance with the Local Government Act will come from central government transfers. Mr. Speaker, our budget is in line with the national strategy for this year's budget, and it focuses on full monetization of Uganda's economy, aimed at transforming the 39% households in subsistence economy to money economy. Mr. Speaker, the budget for this financial year has been formulated to facilitate the implementation of the city development plan through promotion of production, productivity, investment, and value addition, while sustaining investments Uganda shillings 49 billion 326 million 710 then 880. Mr. Speaker, of this 10 billion point 899 will be local revenue, which I earlier said accounts for 22% of the budget, while 38.427 billion will come from the central government as central government transfers, which constitutes 78% of the budget. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, revenue collection is a critical element in the financing of the provision of services to the people of this city. Department responsible for revenue collection, as was created, will spearhead improvements in revenue collection and administration. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, our revenue base will be comprised of the following sources. We shall collect our revenues from local service tax, land fees, hotel tax, business licenses, park fees, property-related duties, advertisements and billboards, animal and crop-related levies, registration of businesses and license certification, building plans and inspection fees, market/gate charges, other fees. Then we also plan to use the little balances that will not have been used in the current budget. Mr. Speaker, all these sources will contribute 10.899 billion. Mr. Speaker, out of the 10.899, 5.017 billion will be remitted to city divisions, and the city will retain 5.881 billion as our share at the city headquarters. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, central government transfers, as indicated by indicative planning figures for this financial year, if the indicative planning figures do not change, will be coming from these areas: revenue from local governments, pension for local governments, gratuity, general public service, pension areas, salary areas, then plus conditional grants and unconditional grants, development grants, then other grants that come for specific assignments, like one from UNEP, the ones that go to improve the livelihoods of our people under WEP, ULP, and others. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, all the revenues I've talked about will be spent as per the proposals here below. Mr. Speaker, under Administration Department, I propose that we allocate 6.728 billion to cater for general salaries, management support services, administration, human resource, records management, and the general staff salaries and allowances. Mr. Speaker, under finance, I propose to allocate 1.194 billion, and this will cater for activities of revenue mobilization and enhancement, including procurement of a vehicle that will enable our revenue teams to hit the ground. Under statutory bodies, Mr. Speaker and honorable members, I propose 1.315 billion. This will cater for activities of the Office of Clerk to Council, procurement, Service Commission, our commissions and bodies, and also will cater for allowances for the councillors. Mr. Speaker, under production, I propose 401 million to cater for activities of the production department, including salaries, and enhance the activities of the parish development model. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, as we all know that the parish development model is the vehicle that will enable us, transform the 39% of our households to the money economy. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, under the health department, I propose the allocation of 4.045 billion. Mr. Speaker, as we all know, our target still is in the service sectors, health and education. Mr. Speaker, we are planning to allocate all that money to cater for, our health centers, from health center 2 to health center 4, the salaries of our health workers. And Mr. Speaker, this also will cater for the environmental health concerns, including the management of garbage in our city. Mr. Speaker, the next department is education, where I propose 24,496 million. And Mr. Speaker, as we all know that education is the backbone of our city's economy and even the country, we are allocating this money to transform our sector, beginning with our primary schools, secondary schools we have, and tertiary institutions, including facilitation to ensure that national examinations are done well. And Mr. Speaker, this department also caters for sports of our children. Mr. Speaker, the next department is engineering, where we have roads and other works. Mr. Speaker, we propose to allocate 3,056 million. Mr. Speaker, in addition to catering for salaries of staff under this department, it is our interest, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that there is connectivity to enable our citizens to access the markets. So our major aim is to improve the road networks in the city, and also to maintain and repair our equipment to be able to extend work services to our people. Mr. Speaker, under natural resources, I propose to allocate 1.263 billion. This, in addition to salaries, we also cater for acquisition of right-of-ways, physical planning for our city, including the meetings and for the committees, ensuring that we acquire titles for our remaining lands that are not titled, as we agreed in this council that titling of public lands should be given priority, and also catering for environmental issues, including tree planting, and ensuring that our natural resources, including wetlands. Mr. Speaker, I will also not forget to thank the ministries concerned, most especially the Mother Ministry of Local Government and other ministries that give us, funds that enable us to execute our plans. Ministries, finance, education, gender, Ministry of Lands, Ministry of Transport, all have played advisory and monitoring roles in ensuring compliance and the proper implementation of activities. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, I would also wish to beg for continued cooperation in this council and the technical team to see that the projects that we plan for and the services we intend to give to our population are well implemented and monitored. I want to urge all of us to embrace the spirit of togetherness for the betterment of our city. Mr. Speaker, I thank you and honorable members for the attention, and I commend the budget proposals to the committees for scrutiny, awaiting approval come May. Mr. Speaker, I beg to pray for God and my country, Mbarara City, Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Dennis.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to move that the budget estimates for 2025-2026 be received together with the corresponding attachments, the procurement plan, the work plan, and the recruitment plan, and be referred to the standing committees for discussion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Jones.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I've raised it. Second the motion. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, I think that was the issue. Thank you, Mayor and the Executive, taken for planning and for preparing these documents. Let's hopefully find whatever needs to be included, then we shall add. What needs to be reduced, then I think we shall do amendments in our discussions in our committees. Let me hope that this time we have not also forgotten our markets. Because we have to plan to this budget, just increase money for the markets. Yes, members, let's go on the agenda. Let's have the communication from the RCC.
So I have a few observations, possibly from the communication that the Speaker made and the Lord Mayor. I won't take wrong. So I'll talk about our department and then go back to the budget. One, I want to thank the new see the town crack. From what people say, that there is some sanity now. Have you heard of that observation so far? So we want to thank you, madam. I think so far so good. But of course it shouldn't be inside. Some chairmen are there to testify, and maybe the area councillors. We have arrested quite a number of them, and we are now to Bahiga, so we are not doing the battery off. But of course, so go here na university, October Sumbawa and two, then Nanawa Octema and two. So we are seriously working on it. And for your information, we have also got another new DPC or CPS. So the old one will be hanging over, I think, by the end of this week or next week, Ari. So we hope we will work with him so nicely, and I hope he will work with you well. So we need to welcome him, and of course, then on the budget, on revenue mobilization, it has been an issue in almost all divisions that we have very, very poor means of mobilizing revenue. Of course, there is improvement as years go by from maybe 2 billion or 3 billion or whatever. Now we are 10. Kunga kukuwa noreveje tauni, kureba mwezi sente zichiraho. Zichiraho really about revenue mobilization, about revenue department. Baba serious because you are giving money, you are getting before. Mwaza mukaba serious to invest in the need. I was telling the people of North Division, Nuko Babuza, Nozomo Hoteli, abantu barakwereza sente. Actually, you have police, you have everything. You have the law that protects you. Then operating. How come? You close it until people bring money, then you open it. So, when you guys, please put in more effort. Then we expect this budget to work very, very well. Because no mayamu budget ya karuru kanu buri omune mkwataho kofiwe itwe our main purpose is to canvass support for the head of state with President Yoweri Museveni kana kakakaha 2026-2031. So twatine byokugambira abantu the budget yetakozere na kuna statement ya Minister of Finance, or the statement that says I would also wish to beg for cooperation in this council together with the technical team, see that projects and other services are well implemented and well monitored. I want to urge you to embrace the spirit of togetherness for the betterment of this city. The statement what people Mbarara abo kuba service delivery kwera abeje ngoko umurodi yagamba buri umwe nagaruka kokawa wadine cyo kugambira abantu so mwelito mutuyambe just kind help us so that we have what to tell people bakatuga rakaru twe bantu mwe. So I hope that will be done. So the budget yumuzano niyo kora to the dot. Then I was happy to hear that you have included in the budget the consideration of outbreak of diseases like mpox. Abukubati you said iliyone ihamwe. So think manyahateje wire abukaba mpox ijaha bakaba yino barajana. All these meetings that we have been having here in this council, they don't have money, but there was a meeting even like a few. So they had requested the city town clerk to include them in the budget. So they might actually have a but it is good. Now this time around we have considered it, and I see it has some good amounts of money. I want to thank you so much. Then on the road networks, and it is key. So abantu babatine ho kuraba batine ho kurabya ibintu byabo shware no batine chwa bayamba. So I want to thank you, Bwana Minister of Finance and the Road Mayor and the Executive for laying out a very good budget estimate. So I wouldn't want to waste any of your time. I think I will stop here. But thank you so much for the job well done for well done my country.
Thanks, our assistant. Kakyebezi, Mayor, Tukwenda kugenjira other stakeholders participating kandi shabangu turaze kupampa evidences, make sure you give us your person this ones. So they come here and participate in our engagements. So I think budget conference. Yes. And others, because they need to know what we are doing on the ground, organization in our president. People need to know. The chief, the TC, and the mayor, to observe how we do for others. People need to know what we have done. What Karyebezi has done, otherwise, before adjourn the council, after the adjournment, the Shabbat, TC and TC and the commercial officer to stay behind. And the councillors will have the close meeting. The close meeting.
Please stand up for closing prayer. Can we all stand up for a closing prayer? Thank you, Lord, for what we've deliberated today and the decisions we've made. Help us put these decisions into practice with dedication, aiming at providing good services to our people, maintaining peace and order for the good of Mbarara City and our country at large. Through all God, we pray.
Congratulations.